I'm Rhonda Young. I want to thank you so much for supporting me in my attempt to be favorite chef. I'm just having a whole lot of fun with this competition, and I appreciate your votes so much. We're going to put links on with my video so that you know how to vote for me, and I really appreciate it. You can vote every day, so please, help me make my dream come true. Okay, one of the things that people keep asking me is, do you ever cook anything for this competition? Because mainly you guys just vote for me. So I wanted to do a video and show you, hopefully I'll do more than one, but show you that I actually do cook. So I was thinking, what will I cook today? And I got to thinking about my lifestyle, which I hope kind of mirrors some of your lifestyles. We all see lots of cooking shows and we see people do stuff and they're always cooking for a party or they're cooking for a big group. But there's a whole lot of us that, we certainly have a party or a big group every once in a while, but mainly we're cooking for ourselves or a couple, it's me and my husband. Most of the time I'm cooking for two. A lot of things I hear is that people who are single, they don't eat very well because A, they don't know how to cook, or they don't think they're worth going to enough trouble to cook for. So that's what I was wanting to do, was do a couple of things that are pretty easy to do. You're worth it. You're worth going to a little bit of trouble. You'll be healthier. You'll have more money in the bank because I promise you it's a lot cheaper to cook at home. So anyway, today I'm going to make something super simple that's also, in my humble opinion, I'm no health person, but I think it's fairly healthy. It's chicken fried rice. Who doesn't like to go get chicken fried rice, right? Okay, so in respect of my fantastic cruise time, I did a little bit of stuff to get ready. So I cut this chicken breast up. This particular recipe is going to call for about 3/4 of an ounce of chicken. That's a big chicken breast. If you don't have quite as much, cut it up littler and make it go farther. If you have a little bit more, it'll be just a little bit meatier. The thing with cooking is it's very adaptable. Now when you bake, you got to be precise, okay? But when you're like cooking, then no, precision isn't that big a deal. You can kind of play with it. So I've got this chicken. I like to layer flavors. The depth of flavor, it's like everything in life. When you get dressed in the morning, if you just put a blouse on, you look okay. But if you put a blouse and a scarf and some earrings and all of a sudden you're a lot more interesting. Well, that's what you do with flavor. So that's what I'm doing right now, is I'm layering up a little bit of flavor. I never cook meat without seasoning it. When you make something like chicken fried rice, you're dealing with heat and you're making it pretty fast. You got to be prepared for things to move. And so, have you ever heard the term mise en place? Well, it means everything in its place. It's a French cooking term. And so you want to have mise en place. Get your stuff together so that you know what you're doing and you won't get overwhelmed or scared about how quick things are cooking. Because when you're dealing with sauteing and frying, it tends to move a little fast. The other thing I want to caution you about, I think one of the reasons that some people don't cook a lot is they think, oh, I don't have the right tools. It's like I made the rice ahead of time just to get ready. But you don't need a rice cooker. If you have one, that's great. I love toys, so I have a lot of kitchen stuff. But you don't have to have it. All you need is a pot and a fire. You can make rice, okay? Don't overcomplicate it. It's just like I happen to have a wok, and I'm glad. This is a fabulous wok. I bought it at IKEA. I think it was about $5. So, it's top of the line. But still, you don't have to have any fancy stuff, just a pan. I am just sauteing, browning this chicken in a combination of sesame oil and canola oil. You can use any oil that can handle high heat. Canola oil can. The sesame oil brings flavor. If you were in my kitchen right now, you'd say, ooh, that smells so good, because it does. There's nothing in my opinion that smells better than sesame oil. Now, when you go to the store to buy it, you'll see sesame oil and not toasted sesame oil. You want for your cooking, like when you're frying and stuff like this, you just want the plain sesame oil. The toasted is a finishing thing. It's for finishing stuff up, and it doesn't hold up to heat quite as well as just the plain sesame oil. So, anyway, we're going to be a few minutes here on browning this chicken because we don't want to get food poisoning. So we want it to be nice and cooked. Alright, so I have been browning this chicken, and just so you know, time-wise, you're looking at about 5 or 6 minutes, and that's what it looks like. See, it really is brown. It looks fairly yummy right now, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put it over here, and I am going to set this back for a little bit later. Oh, run away. Put it back in there again. Okay, so now I'm putting my pan back on the heat, and I'm going to put a piece of foil over this to keep my chicken warm. Okay, so phase 2, the rest of my oil, it's about a tablespoon. Now I've got about half a tablespoon of canola oil and about a half a tablespoon of sesame oil, and that's going in my pan, and it will get hot fast. Now, this particular recipe asks for 3 chopped green onions. I didn't have any chopped green onions. I didn't have any green onions unchopped. So, what I did have to see how that pops so I can get with the heat. I had some onion in my freezer. So I always keep chopped up onion in my freezer because I'm really lazy and I don't like to have to do it all at the last minute. You know, I like to make it fast. So I'm going to throw a little onion in there, get it going. Okay. And it's, once again, we got some good smells happening. And now I'm going to put something else in here that's going to pop like crazy. This is frozen peas and carrots. Anytime you're dealing with frozen stuff, be careful because you've got some water going. And when you add water with peas and oil, it can pop. So kind of keep an eye out. Okay, so now we're going to get this. Sometimes you just have to resort to brute force. Okay, so I've got these peas and carrots and onion, and I'm getting them all nice and sauteed up. And we're talking just, it hasn't even been a minute yet, so that's how fast this is happening. Think how long you'd wait if you ordered it from the drive-thru and went and got it and all of that stuff, or waited for Uber Eats to bring it to you. Think about how much time that would take. Probably wouldn't throw it all over the kitchen like I am, but I'm just doing that because I'm trying to stay out of the way for filming, and of course I'm getting in the way. I'm adding some garlic. Now you could use real garlic. This is real garlic, but once again, I'm lazy and I buy the stuff in the jar, and that's really fast. So the recipe asks for about a large clove of garlic, and a heaping tablespoon of garlic like that is a large clove. Things, if you saute it too long, it can get a little bitter. So whenever you're making something, if it calls for garlic, I would suggest, do your sauteing, and then when things start getting down to the end, add the garlic so that it doesn't get bitter on you. So everything's hot and soft and looking pretty good. Okay? Like that. Our peas and carrots are nice and warm. So see how I just smooshed over that to the side? I just smooshed it over. And now I'm going to take, I've got 2 eggs here, and I'm going to scramble. Because eggs are a big ingredient in chicken fried rice, or any fried rice. So there it goes. And I'm going to start scrambling these eggs. They're starting to go pretty fast. Y'all keep in mind, I spent about 5 minutes on browning that chicken, and I haven't even spent 3 minutes yet on this. We're probably in at about 3 minutes. I'm going to mix the eggs in with the rest of my vegetables now. Got the eggs in with the peas and the carrots. Okay. Chicken back in. Get over there. All right. Chicken's back in. I'm going to get all the juice because that's just more flavor. I want to have as much flavor as I can. Here we go. Mixing, one of the simplest things you can do to make your stuff good is just mix it up well. Take the time to stir it up. Okay. Stir it up. Now the recipe calls for about 3 cups of rice. So, is this exactly 3 cups? I don't know. It's pretty close though. And so I'm just going to dump it in here. I feel pretty confident about it. If you went to the bag of rice and you did the deal for just like the least amount, that's 1 cup of rice cooked in 2 cups of water. So I'm guessing my film crews had chicken fried rice at restaurants before. Is this how you thought they made it?
No.
Well, this is how they make it. Alright, I feel like that's pretty stirred up, don't you guys?
I think so. This looks like the best chicken fried rice I've seen in a minute.
Well, good. Now I'll put the secret sauce in, which is no secret. It's the part that makes it yum, yum, yum. It's the soy sauce. Now this is a pretty healthy meal. The only thing is it might be a little high in sodium. If you're a person who's watching your sodium, you need to drink plenty of water and not eat all that other salt today. You're getting a pretty good dose of it. And your salted chicken and your soy sauce.
Oh my god.
It took me about 20 minutes of active cooking to make this. And if you're on a budget, this meal costs less than $1.50 per person.
$1.50?
Yes,
And only 20 minutes is crazy.
that's right. So just think about it. Uber Eats, you pay all that money. I mean, it's a wonderful thing.
That is good. The chicken is crazy.